The Trans Neon Green Miru is iconic. But what is it and where does it come from? Well, let's discuss the story behind this LEGO piece that was once common and now is fairly rare. And we'll also take a look at a couple different ways that you could use this piece in your own LEGO creations. So let's go. So the Miru, it's a beautiful mask. And of course it came in green on Liwa Mata, teal on Matoran Kongu, and you could also get it in a variety of known colors if you purchased the mask packs. The Miru appeared in all of the colors of the main Toa Mata, as well as some gold and silver variants too. And don't they just look so pretty when they're all together like this? But there is another Miru that never actually appeared in any known LEGO set. It's the Trans Neon Green Miru. So what's the deal here? This transparent neon green Miru was distributed in 2001 through promotional events at Legoland parks, and it was advertised as a special edition Liwa mask. Basically, you could only get this mask at Legoland parks, and you could just walk into Legoland and get these for free. And check out this image here of a huge tub of these where kids are just grabbing them by the handful and throwing them into plastic bags to take home. That's so sick. I wish I could have seen these in person and grabbed some in person. That would have been such a cool experience. Now, while I was looking into the history of this piece, I found a comment talking about this mask on the BZ Power forums. And it stated that yes, these were free at Legoland, but they also sold them by the pound if you wanted heaps of them. This dude named Flint Smith, he states that he called up Legoland and they happily bagged up a few of them and mailed them directly to him. He also added that people would end up with hundreds of these and, use them to trade or just collect a bunch of them. So yeah, that tub that you're seeing here definitely wasn't the only tub in existence. There were thousands of this mask. Now, back in the early and mid 2000s, these masks, they sold for very, very cheap, maybe like $2 or $3 each, nothing crazy. And they were so cheap because, well, they were so common, people had hundreds of them. Yeah, I remember buying 4 of these on eBay for like $5 total. This was maybe back in, I think, 2011, I want to say. So, despite the fact that they were exclusive to Legoland, they remained cheap for quite a while. Until now. If we look at the last 6 months of sales for these masks on Bricklink, they've sold for roughly 24 to 30 Australian dollars, which comes to about 20 United States dollars on average. It's a pretty large price increase for what they once cost. But that's just the last 6 months of sales. If you want to buy some right now on Bricklink, they go for about 20 to 24 Australian dollars, which is roughly 13 USD. And check this out. There's a store here in the US that is selling 131 of this mask. That's crazy. So okay, 13 to 20 US dollars. It's not the insanely high prices of other rare masks, but it's still pretty expensive for something that used to be so cheap. So why has the price of this mask gone up so much? Well, the price of pretty much every LEGO piece has gone up recently. Around 2020 when COVID happened, everyone started to get into new hobbies. And as a result, many more AFOLs, adult fans of LEGO, entered the community. And because of this, interest in LEGO rose and people wanted to buy more LEGO, so demand went up, and as a result, the prices went up. Pretty much everything became more expensive. Star Wars minifigures are a prime example of that. Some of these go for far more than they should. And also, Bionicle masks, they're just very desirable for Bionicle fans. A lot of people want to collect every single one of them. And so because of this, there's pretty high demand for basically any mask. And high demand means higher prices. It sucks, I miss the days when these were super cheap, but unfortunately that time has passed. But regardless, this is still a really cool Bionicle mask. Now how could we use it in our own LEGO creations if you happen to have one in your collection? Well, the Trash Boy has built a mock called Liwa, Radiant Sword of the Insectoids, and it uses this mask. The marvelous color scheme here of this mock is mimicking the colors that we saw in the old space-themed Insectoids. And honestly, blue, black, and dark gray, as well as a little bit of trans dark blue, dang, those colors go hard. This version of Liwa, it looks freaking incredible. So yeah, it's a really great idea to use the colors of this mask to mimic the color scheme of an iconic LEGO theme. Or perhaps you could use this mask like Alex Darkrai has done here on his mock, Liwa Marama. I love how this makes it look like Liwa Mata has put on this mask and it's given him some sort of like additional trans neon green glowing armor. That's sick. It's kind of giving Green Lantern vibes, to be honest. And hey, Bionicle is referenced in a Green Lantern comic, and also there is a Green Lantern that looks an awful lot like Liwa, so it's actually more fitting than you might think. But yeah, using lots more trans neon green pieces in conjunction with this mask, that's a great idea. And translucent pieces are decently common these days, so yeah, it's not too difficult to build something similar to this. And finally, we have a mock by ShadowGear6335, and this mock is called Computech. So mixing this mask in with those Surge Lightning pieces, as well as a nice lime, white, and black color scheme, oh, it's so good. Especially he's sprinkled in a few extra like energy crystals in there too. It all complements that mask just perfectly. And all of these different pieces, it creates such a lively and dynamic character. Honestly, I think this mock is just sick. So there you go, that's the story behind this mask and a few different ideas to help you potentially use this mask in your own builds. Thanks for watching guys, happy collecting, and bye for now.